Ambulance is taking shots along with the half-track. Puma firing through the smoke as well. Missing the ambulance. Hold on.
He wants that war crime. He wants it.
He wants it, but the Americans are right there. Alrighty. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another Company for Us 2 replay, but this time my co-commentator is...
Hi, I'm Johnny.
Johnny, who has assisted me not only with the previous set of replays in some capacity, but is also helped out with advanced powers, which I'm still editing, and trying to get some other things done. Super excited to have you here today, Johnny. And Johnny, who's on the allied teams?
On the Allied team, we have Vanguard of the Iron Cross S, and none other than the Major himself, Major Bones.
Who's Major Bones?
Major Bones is an awesome COH2 streamer, Army veteran, great guy. Wonderful stream.
All right, sounds. I'm getting jealous as I am not cool nor am I a veteran, so he beats me in both those things. The most I can say is I've been pepper sprayed, but that's about it. That's probably on the cool scale. That's the highest level I currently have. So good job, Major, for hitting all those benchmarks. Point of the matter is, though, he and Vanguard are both playing Americans, and they are versing Last Light and Cestic, which I have been informed stream sniped him. So I know this is a little bit more revealing, as you most likely then know who submitted this, but I do want to point this out because I don't mind when people stream snipe, though apparently, possibly these two individuals are doing more than that, which I hate. So I'm like, absolutely, I'll cover this game.
Actually, believe it or not, COH2's terms of service, you can get banned from the game if you ghost and stream snipe.
So are you
saying... That is a bannable offense.
Are you saying this replay is essentially a helpful reminder to people that please do not ghost? I'm fine if you play with other streamers, and again, most streamers are more than happy to play with the community. Just do not ghost.
Don't cheat.
Yep.
Just don't cheat. Nobody likes cheaters.
So let's see how these guys fare up. Anyway, OKW and the Austere, we have Volk squads and the Storms pushing back the Riflemen. Riflemen from Vanguard pulling back to the heavy cover, and Echelons love it, made some heavy cover and some barbed wire defenses trying to hold them back. So very cool to see.
Riflemen using their close-range DPS to try to inflict damage on the Volk. I don't know why they're not focusing the stern pile, though.
Yeah, one of them's very weak, though. Luckily, Vanguard pulls back. How's Major doing up in the north? Oh.
Major up in the north is running to the 42, but at least he's behind green cover. Interesting thing, though, Major Bones went Recon and Support Company and already has an IR Pathfinder squad out.
Cool.
IR Pathfinders, I'll have one M1C carbine, 3 elite carbines, or M1C Garand. Oh, he's going for a second IR Pathfinder. They can also call down decoy barrages and real 155 barrages.
Nice.
They're mean.
Yeah, no, they're very powerful infantry, especially because of the simple fact that not only are they long range, but they can call down artillery or fake barrages to really screw with the enemy. I love it when I just drop fake barrages and the enemy's like, oh, this of course is fake again. It turns out to be real and just blast them with artillery.
Or when the blob sees the red flares and the guy instantly hits T on it.
Yep. But anyway, good job on Vanguard in the south. He's holding the fuel, but nice job, I'll say, with Cestic for going for the capture point to decap the resources and the chain of resources. They cannot connect, so all good there.
Very interesting fight on the left. Vanguard is on the other side of the log piles that you'd think would be. They're engaging. Oh, it looks like they're going for a pseudo close the pocket on them. Trying to encircle.
I mean, right now they're holding back their riflemen that are coming in and relieve them from the right side. The left side currently has riflemen firing from afar, but because of literally the lack of windows, there's only one guy firing on this side. It's going to take forever for them to do enough damage to break down that Volk squad. I mean, the Volk squad also has one person firing, but, you know.
The riflemen are getting encircled now.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. And enough Volk squads pouring on in can throw incendiary and burn him out, so that is something to point out. Meanwhile, we do have some mines placed in mid to stop an American push. And as well, it looks like Echelons are going very far and actually decapping territory next to Cestic's base. So very good job there.
It should be noted that both Americans went captain, no lieutenant, so no Stewart for the foreseeable future.
Yep. Incendiary going off on the captain, burning them off in the south, and pushing away from the capture point, allowing it to still be held. Again, good use of the infantry for holding back the captain and whatnot, keep them away, and hopefully allow them to just keep the fuel away from the allied commands, aka delay any sort of AA gun or any other advancements via the major.
Major's taking it very slow on the right. Understandable if there's a 42 there. He's trying to mass up his forces, but that 42 is locking off a huge portion of the map for him.
Yeah, Major doesn't have grenades, so we can't use smoke or anything along those lines. Pathfinders now finding themselves entangled with Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers will probably win that fight just because they are very good at close range, and right now the Pathfinder's out of position. No cover to speak of. Yeah, they're taking a lot of hits and will have to fall back. Luckily, it looks like Vanguard is getting himself together, combined with Major's forces. They should be able to break the Volk in the building and recapture this major point.
There was some interesting mind games going on, but Sestak went for Overwatch Doctrine and immediately grabbed a Jaeger squad, which are coming forward. Very good long-range infantry. Have a snipe chance with their G43, which is very annoying at picking models out of cover.
Yeah, the Volk squad died pretty effectively, and that's at least one squad down. Riflemen about to eat shit by running into that mine, and they do. Gonna need to fall back. Let's see. But I will say this. We have a Jaeger Light Infantry squad being upgraded with the G43. Wait, bundle grenade on the captain! Almost kills the Panzer Grenadier, and actually it caused enough damage that the captain easily killed it. So good job, Panzer Grenadier, killing yourself with your bundle.
Well, grenades don't deal a lot of friendly fire. They still deal friendly fire. You have to know that.
Yeah. Oh god, again, side topic, but I'm playing a lot of Gears Tactics. There's a hell of a lot of friendly fire in that game, and it's amazing just seeing a Locust just shuck a boomer shot and just kill half their crew. It's like, thank you for killing all these guys. I don't have to worry about them now.
Actually, something that was very interesting. Sestak was fast-teching for a Puma instead of a Luke's because he was probably expecting the Stuart, but after seeing both captains, he probably realized that there's not going to be a Stuart soon. Although we do have an AA half-track coming from Vanguard.
Yeah, I still think that's a bit of a miss. Oh, now immediately he's getting the Puma now, right, as he sees a half-track in development. Interesting. Weird coincidence on that, but he's making it at this time. Although I honestly think because the Allies sort of lack AT, except for the Major has an AT gun in the north, I think a Panzer II would actually be pretty effective against all this infantry. Just help shred it from afar.
I don't think they want to waste it, though, on to fight the Allied light armor, which usually beats German light armor.
And, I mean, fair point, but I could easily see them trying to hold, especially the key points. And right now they have double fuel, so they're doing a really good job at strangling Major and Vanguard. Something is gonna need to change in this fight. Volk squad still in that building. They will not leave. They're camping like a new. Actually, a lot of people in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer. Apparently, that's like prone heavy for camping.
Very interesting on the right. Double IR Pathfinders going on the lawn flank from the Major, trying to flank the MG that's on the VP.
Alright, at the very least, Major does not see it coming. Rear echelons are keeping it tied down. So that's good.
222. 222 in mid, about to find the ambulance. But Major has an AT gun there, just obscured though, by a tree. Oh, 222 got way too close though.
Yeah, AT grenade hit it. Now he can fire through. He might be able to get a shot. Might be able to get
AT gun's gonna take 2 shots to kill it though.
Still setting up. MG though, unfortunately, gets destroyed by the Pathfinders via the flank. Now the 222 is trying to make a hasty escape. Looks like he will, but Grenadiers, and along with a lot of infantry, taking a lot of damage right now. Wait, Puma moving on in the half track, but M1 right there, firing through the smoke. Ambulance is taking shots along with the half track. Puma firing through the smoke as well, missing the ambulance. Hold on.
He wants that war crime. He wants it.
He wants it, but the Americans are right there. Out of range of the AT, but the American infantry is in close proximity. Could fire an AT grenade. Possibly. Grenadiers moving on in. American infantry very low overall in health. They're over half dead. Wait, AT grenade being fired, looks like. Fires the shot. Main gun destroyed, but Puma makes it out in one piece. So good job there.
The right flank, it looks like Major has apprehended the 42, and it's crewed by Pathfinders, which means it can self-spot for itself. Pathfinders have increased view range.
Very, very nice. Good to know as well. Again, when you recruit something, each of the little bonuses of the infantry, such as, let's say, Obersoldaten being a stronger pair of infantry, will go to it, but that also means that whatever the reinforce rate for the infantry you put into it will stay for that unit. So, like, let's say, again, the Grenadier Squad mans an MG, that Grenadier Squad model will be the thing that recruits it, which means you're going to cost that much, next to, like, a Pioneer.
Although it can be very interesting, if you crew a machine gun with Panzer Grenadiers, the crew will have Panzer Grenadier STG-44s, which can be very devastating to anything trying to flank it.
Yeah.
But it also means you're going to take the time to reinforce it if you lose models. Time and resources for Panzer Grenadiers.
Yeah, 222 went back on the front. Oh, I forgot to mention, last night went German Mechanized Doctrine, and Vanguard went Heavy Cav. So, heavy infantry with Rangers and Pershing, combine that with artillery and a lot of support weaponry, or abilities such as Smoke or Command Tank for Last Light. So, a lot of interesting variables there. Still no grenades, though.
Well, the grenade's on the Major, because I saw him use a smoke grenade from his captain.
Ah, yes. Good job, Major.
Fighting is evolving around this small house in mid. Just everyone, this is the place to be if you want to shoot somebody here.
Yeah. The main objective, take the house. Oh, wait, a lot of infantry are grouped up together. Puma charging in with a backed up by a pack, hitting the half-track right now while riflemen run past it. Although they would suppress the infantry. Half-track could be in a dire situation right now. Puma firing a shot, but doesn't kill it, just weakens it. Might fire another one. Misses. And yeah, they'll make an escape.
Should be noted that the Allies are below 200 points now since the Axis have kept a double cap for a long time.
Yeah.
And even if you try to take the right flank, there is 2 Teller mines currently, or 1 Teller mine already down, another one being placed on the right flank.
Yeah, it looks like Captain in the south ran into a mine by the fuel, so good job. Again, mine defense right over there. And it looks like they still hold the north and actually place some Teller mines, which Pathfinders are stopping them. So many, in fact. Let's see, I think there's 2. Yeah, there's 2, almost a third one right now near the right VP. So
they will one-shot light vehicles, but
yeah,
they're expensive. It's 50 per landmine.
Very, very true. But yeah, so also if I'm assuming Major realizing this will probably get Minesweepers soon and clear that up. And because they're so far into Allied territory, I don't think the Germans can protect those mines from being swept.
Panzer Grenadiers might go down in mid. Oh yeah, no, they're just by the skin of their teeth.
Oh, Stuka being brought in by Sestic, which means they're going heavy on the lighter sort of vehicles via mechanized or with the 222, etc. We might not
disappointing Stuka barrage. 0 kills.
Yeah. Oh man, could have been a lot better. Actually, hold on. At Last Light, does that reinforce? Yeah, he still has not upgraded Battle Phase 2. That might give the Allies a shot to get up and actually regroup a little bit, simply because of the fact that if you're not really rushing for the heavier variants and you're solely relying on the lighter stuff, that can work initially, but then the Allies will eventually catch up. So.
Should be noted that both Allies have, or both the USFs have the ability to go for a major right now, but they just are currently, they both up-teched to the upgrade on their captain building.
I'm giving full credit to the Sturm Pioneer Squad holding, but nice grenade by the Rangers will annihilate some Sturms along the left VP.
They're not long for this world. Yep, there we go. Thompsons, interestingly, function very similar to STG-44s in this game, because they have not bad mid-range DPS, and they excel at close ranges, too.
Yeah, also Pathfinder's grabbing the right fuel point. We have a lot of German forces moving on in, backed up by 222, so it looks like Pathfinders might take it, but I don't think they'll hold it for very long. Half-track backed up with the M1 still providing support, while riflemen are hiding in the building, I guess taking the Volk squad's advice and just being like, hey, we're going to camp a building now. What are you going to do about it?
A half-track being moved forward to the Puma in mid.
Is it being backed up?
It's a shot for it.
I love how he just sprayed bullets on it and retreated. It's like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Oh.
Paratroopers in mid being upgraded with M1919 A6 LMGs, which paratroopers can fire theirs on the move and are very potent with it. Turn into a very good long-range squad.
Yeah. And again, what we're seeing is it looks like both Americans are upgrading and at least getting better variants of infantry, whether the paratrooper or the ranger squad, that kind of increase their chances against the German infantry. And because we're not seeing, for example, with Sestic, Obersoldaten, I mean, like, you could say that the air squad is very potent against infantry, but I would say you also need higher veterancy with them for them to get really, really powerful.
Jaegers are good support infantry. You want to keep
Yeah.
them behind your Volk, and they'll pick off models all day.
Yeah. Oh, mine just exploded. Good. So that's one less teller mine they have to worry about. 222 flanking the MG, but paratroopers coming on in to force them back. Even with just bullets, they're doing enough to keep them away. Let's see right now. Wait. Oh, finally we have a tier 3 building by last light. So maybe a Panzer IV out soon, or even a command tank. If you can.
He has so much fuel.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, where's the armor? Where's the thing backing it up? Because you're making this huge move by like trying to push the Americans back and keep them choked. Because again, VP wise, it's 463 to 145. Yet we're not seeing a lot of that support via like better armor to really back up the infantry. You're really just hoping your current level suffices, and unfortunately the longer the game drags on, the longer the Americans can get that veterancy, get better equipment, and upgrade it themselves. And we've seen that with the paratroopers. We got some, now howitzers on the field and all sorts of good stuff, plus the majors on the field, which means armor can't be far behind.
It should be noted that last light did go for the command panzer pick. It gives a passive defensive buff to all infantry and vehicles within its aura, and it is quite decent against light vehicles and infantry with its snub-nosed gun.
Yeah, no, it's pretty potent.
It's a very nice support vehicle.
Yeah, and yeah, the nice thing about this thing as well is if you like team it up with a large push, even with a combined push with other allies, you can really help save the day. Because sometimes a battle can just especially escaping with infantry, can just come down to like so close, like a dime of health, and this thing just gives it that extra little bit to make sure it doesn't die. So it's not necessarily the best versus infantry with its main gun, but it can still pack a wall up if it gets a good hit. It just missed 3 shots, but it can still, do something eventually. I keep saying that, and it just keeps hitting the side of the road. It's like, good job.
He's new.
Yeah,
he'll learn.
He's new. He fired 5 shots and has hit nothing. 6 shots and hit nothing. Meanwhile, M1 opening fire on him. And he's charging.
Stuka firing in mid.
Wait,
going for the pack howitzers?
Is that only 3 kills, really?
That's his 3rd barrage,
4.
too.
Okay.
4 kills from 3 barrages.
That is, I'm going to be honest, that's a bit underwhelming. I really expected more from this Stuka, especially because the allies do have a lot of support equipment on the field and a lot of infantry, although they're doing a really good job at spreading them out, so making it a little bit more difficult. Also, left-hand side, Vanguard placing mines. Very nice to see, because a lot of people forget that this ability for the heavy cav allows the riflemen to get mines, so good job there.
These
But anyway,
landmines are basically the same as the British landmines and the Soviet ones and the Shoe mine. They go off on infantry and vehicles and still do damage to them.
Panzer IV really trying to put pressure on the infantry on right against Major. Major holding strong though. Nice positioning of his M1, forces back the command tank. We still backed up by MGs and Panzer Grenadiers, but the captain slowly wearing him down with 11 kills on it. Pretty sweet. And a lot of his infantry healing on up and moving back up to the front. We have a small attack by Sesnik, but I don't think he's really going to beat back a lot of this infantry
a lot of riflemen.
Vanguard. Yeah, Vanguard's holding it pretty firmly. So.
Well, it's going to be interesting is what the next vehicle choice is going to be. He's not teching up to tier 4, so no Brumbar. Probably going to be either an Ostwind or a Panzer IV. Oh no, he's going. Okay, he's going for a Brumbar then. What it looks like.
I
think that fast.
Brumbar would be a good move. Although I will say, by the time the Brumbar deploys, most likely the Americans will have the ability to get a Jackson or a Sherman, and I don't think Last Light has like something that can really go toe to toe. Look, the Panzer IV is fine, but because of the short barrel, it's more designed against infantry than armor. I would say. So.
Jacksons are great counters to medium vehicles too. It's a very potent tank destroyer. Looks like the Major's saving up for one right now. He's floating a lot of manpower, but he's just waiting for the fuel. Not mistaken.
Yeah. Population-wise, the Allies actually have a bit of a lead. Also, good job with this half-track. God, Sestak has me so annoyed by this thing. It's lived the entire time.
Almost killed the Puma on an occasion too.
Yeah.
Almost.
But I don't know if this is an accident, but Vanguard got out of it. Oh, shoot. Stuka coming down. Is he going to hit the half-track?
Half back in quickly.
He hits the half-track, but it took it like a champ.
He killed 2 range. Oh, API rounds from that MG34. Although it got suppressed, which means no second burst from him.
Yep.
Half-track pulls it back.
M1 moving on in to combat the 222 and the command tank on the right-hand side. Doing so with ease. Scout car on the full retreat. Tries to go for a shot into the fog of war. Unfortunately, misses. Grenadiers moving on in against Pathfinders. Pathfinders are going to hold strong. They have enough for artillery, so no matter what happens, if it's a fake barrage or real barrage, something might be coming down. And I think Last Light has to be very cautious.
So it's always nice to start dropping random smoke barrages everywhere, whether they're real or not. It's up to your enemy to decide. But a good rule of thumb is you should always, if you see red smoke, move out of the way.
Yeah, Puma being chased by a rifleman barely gets out alive. Jaeger squad, hold on. Oh my god, mine by the rifleman hits a Volk squad. Jaeger squad barely makes it out alive. MG on the retreat. Looks like Vanguard has his side cleared and should be able to hold that VP and fuel with ease. Right now the big threat is on the right with Major. Fighting valiantly but dealing with a lot of infantry. Wait a second. Not artillery, but cluster bombs inbound to hit the MG, which is now retreating on the right, mid.
It's basically dropping an SS minefield that detonates on impact, a lot of damage.
Yep.
Also can slow down vehicles when it hits them, but no kills here actually from that. But it did force back the MG, so if that was its purpose, then it did the job.
I think that's worth it, all things considered.
Yeah, he's floating a lot of muni too, that's fine.
Yeah. Right, a rifleman throws a grenade, but they immediately get out. That's fine. Rifleman is still playing shots where they're having a lot of issues. House about to collapse. Does, but the Grenadiers barely make it out of the building with one model. Oh my god, that was super lucky for him. Anyway,
annoying M15, it's still there.
Rifleman may be able to kill the command tank. Oh wait, nope. AT gun does. Good job, Major. Half track though, under fire from the pack, but they're just trying to clean up the infantry.
Half track will die from the second shot here from the pack if it doesn't move. Oh,
Yep.
it misses!
Yeah. Now they're healing, I think, which is incredibly risky. Some troops did die in mid though from the Stuka, so they finally...
Deep push on the left. Oh, never mind. They're retreating.
Yes.
Two Vet 3 riflemen were pushing forward, but I think they ran into the 34. Yeah, they did.
We have a Panzer IV on the field via SS stack, and what does Last Light? He's getting a Panzer IV. That's a...
So he techs up the Battle Phase 3, but he doesn't build the building and get a Brumbar. He goes for a Panzer IV.
Is he getting the build? Because
okay.
if you get the building, doesn't that affect your reinforce rate of the Grenadier or Panzer Grenadier?
It does, but you have to get the building itself. He hasn't even built the building.
Yeah, but that makes it cheaper, correct?
Yeah, I believe it decreases the time and makes it cheaper, although I think they changed it recently.
Yeah. What'd you get? But still, it adds some type of bonus. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV command tank is currently versing the Jackson, having some issues there. Oh, Packgun got decrewed, so yeah, they have no efficient AT to fight off that armor. Oh my god, Panzer IV diving on the half-track, trying to kill it, but the awesome decrew, oh man, half-track dies. But still, Panzer IV taking a lot of heat. Might die here.
Now he has a vehicle crew, though, he can use.
Yep.
Panzer IV just barely gets away. That vehicle crew, what you can do is you can, if you got a new vehicle, you can pop out its own crew and then replace it with these guys, and the vehicle will inherit the veterancy.
Yeah. Now, I believe veterancy it also will depend on the vehicle. Like, certain vehicles require different veterancy levels to get to level 1 and 2 and such. So just keep in mind that fact. Now, it looks like Major Bones called in a fake artillery barrage, but it looks like he's undeterred. The Grenadiers still kind of pushing forward. Jackson has to be very careful versus that Panzer IV because the Grenadiers could Panzerfaust it and cripple it. Looks like we have at least one Panzerfaust out, but that won't be enough to stop it. We need either a shot from the Panzer IV and then it, or two Panzerfausts.
Panzer IV almost run into an M5 or an M1 and the Jackson, but thinks about it twice before turning the corner of the building.
Yeah, Puma now under fire, MG specifically by howitzer fire, specifically white phosphorus fire, pushing it back. Rangers trying to get the squad on retreat a little early on the grenade, but they still will do a lot of damage to the recon squad. Oh my god,
barrage
might kill it.
Kills two models between two anti-tank or two pack howies.
Yeah, 13 kills with that. The Puma's up to variance 2 with 7, and the Stuka only has 13. Not doing as much. Oh, and again, the reason I also bring that up is because we see the American infantry. They're in the teens right now with kills and all Vet 3. You could say yes. Oh my god, never mind. Volk squad about to die. Gets killed in a mosh pit of American forces.
No BARs though. No BARs in the riflemen, which would provide a significant increase to their DPS.
M1 recruit by the captain, opening fire on... Oh wait, nope. Incendiary currently hitting it. Still pushes back the Panzer IV. A lot of infantry charging the Puma, trying to get the final kill with some AT grenade shots, and just DPS it with rifleman fire and kill it. So good shots all across the board.
Remember, the Puma is not immune to small arms fire.
Yeah. Unfortunately, riflemen fighting on the road. Gonna have a little bit of issue versus the Volk squads. Pershing, though, on the field. Hello!
Here's an interesting fact here. The Pershing, you should not use it like a Tiger tank. You will lose your Pershing that way. Use it like a Panther that can kill infantry. Use it like a Comet.
Yeah.
It does not have the armor or the health of a traditional heavy tank. It has armor and health similar to that of a Panther. It's just faster and its gun does a lot more damage.
Gets Greyshot and the Stern Pioneers on the retreat. Command tank thinks he can fight it and quickly realizes, no, I cannot, and backs up. Panzer IV moving on over. Jackson's still hovering on the right-hand side with a lot of paratroopers and pathfinders moving on through. We'll see. Oh, and some riflemen and captain on backup. But yeah, Major should be able to hold this position. I haven't really talked about VPs, but overall 140 to 211. It's Americans done a fantastic job in the comeback where the Axis have kind of fallen apart. Just
VP game is not in their favor. They're falling apart. Second pack here coming up from last light. I think he's had enough of the American vehicles, or at least the Pershing specifically. Another Stuka barrage. Can it get an actual good hit? No, it cannot. No, it cannot.
It's one of those things like, what? Like, get recon. Like, you have Last Light, who has this essentially a free recon pass you can do for cheap. And you can be like, hey, target here. Like, that's why I'm just so dumbfounded. There's no teamwork going in.
Which have increased sight range and camouflage spotting for you.
I don't know if you saw on the left, but Captain just grabbed an MG42 from a dead Grenadier.
Smacked by the Pershing. Pershing's still there to support too. Oh, beautiful hit off the MG there. Combined arms active here, increasing effectiveness of infantry and vehicles. A lot of stat bonuses for all those involved. One thing important for the range on the vehicles, range and reload allows Pershing to put out a ton of damage at long range.
Yeah, Sistic's losing a lot of men. Right now, Major coming in with the flank while the armor's trying to keep the Pershing at bay. Jackson coming in from behind, getting some excellent shots on target, forcing them back. And yeah, that Panzer IV is now in the crosshairs. Not only a Jackson, but a Pershing, and it probably won't live even though smoke's coming in to save it.
He's trying to use a Pack 40 against him, against the own scout car. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of damage currently being done to the Axis right now, and the Allies are trying to destroy the pack gun. Do manage to successfully do so and push the Axis back. It's right outside their base.
Allies are going to get a triple cap here. And oh, how the turntables.
Yep.
Look, map very red for the Allies here.
Axis are not done yet. They still have a decent amount of men at their disposal, but they decide, you know what, we can't win this. We're going to GG it, even though I do think that they could come back from this because they have the ability to. I think if they kind of just coordinate and just wait a little bit, they still have like time to build up, but they put themselves in the last ditch, like down to the wire scenario for no reason. I truly think if they would have upgraded their armor and gotten a Brumbar or a Panther or something, but they relied solely on armor that was weaker and allowed the Allies to up-tech them even though they had double fuel and advantage for so long. It's ridiculous.
A bit of a waste of vehicles here. The Stuka play, I don't think that would either. If you're going to use the Stuka, you got to have some type of recon with it. And the Jaegers were not being used for recon. They were being used incorrectly as a frontline unit when they're a frontline support unit, not a mainline.
Yeah, that or call in additional support via your ally, your ally via the smoke bombs. Little quick recap of everyone. I would probably say Major Bones did very well with his infantry. I don't think he lost all that much. We'll see if after action, but he did a really good job of keeping his line pretty firm against an enemy, and also decent job in terms of preservation, kills, etc. Vanguard probably had some better overall tactics from what I at least saw, because again, I really liked his play. Even though he got outclassed in the beginning, he kind of retrofitted all that and really took it home against Sistik. Sistik just got pulverized in the second half of this game.
Viewing the stats here, the United States forces, both players combined, lost a grand total of 1 squad of infantry that was not a support weapon. Now is a rear echelon squad, and that is it. No squad losses from the Allies besides support weapons that could be recruited, except for that one RE. On the Axis, on the other hand, a lot of losses from both players. They had an early lead in terms of fuel and map control, but they got bled out. A few sloppy plays, a few sloppy retreats, and a few strange choices / not misuses for vehicles. a
Yep.
kind of detriment here. I don't know how many times the Stuka fired, but it only has 13 kills.
He
The Pershing,
did.
who's been on the field for about maybe 5 minutes tops, already
Yeah.
has 16.
I will
So-
say the Vanguard did lose a Ranger squad, but still, even I think that was from the Stuka and mid. But even with that, still overall good kills and good damage, all things considered. Yeah, Vanguard definitely got more kills and damage overall than Major, but Major still was in a situation where he's definitely like trying to hold his own against another player. And I still think he did rather well. As we can see with like Last Light, he himself didn't get that many kills. And if we go on the flip side, Cestic definitely was more of taking kills and doing damage. So
I think it's more a matter of playstyle. The USF were reacting to the enemy's playstyles, and Major was just pushing now because he sees how passive this Wehrmacht is being,
yeah,
which means that fighting on this. That's the reason why he didn't get as many kills or damage, because
Yeah.
the guy was being very passive with his play,
Also-
opposed to the left side, which was raging most of the game.
yeah, and so again, there's that. But still, I think a good game, good solid defense by Major and Vanguard. Good job realizing the situation at hand, up-teching, and then dealing a decisive counterattack that pushed the enemy back and helped you with the win. Last Light,
Use of combined arms for that one shattering push with the Pershing.
yeah,
Great use of ability. Nobody uses it, but it's a wonderful. It is one of the best abilities that nobody uses. It boosts so many stats for so many different things, and it's a huge buff. The only reason why why people haven't got it nerfed, because A, nobody uses it, and B, it requires a vehicle next to an infantry unit, which people don't seem to have enough brain cells to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Vanguard and Major had enough brain cells. Unfortunately, Cestic and Last Light got complacent and did not, and they lost the game. So, thank you to the Major for submitting this replay. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, great job, all things considered. This has been Greyshot and Johnny, reminding you to submit your replays so we can cast them, and we'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Ace, and Jakub Osway. Seriously guys, thank you so much for your amazing support, especially over the past month. Been through a lot of personal hurdles, but you guys make it a little easier knowing that you guys support me. And same thing with the patrons down below. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.